So starting the test drive in this Venue Limited drives pretty similarly to the SEL I just drove, almost identical. There aren't any big changes comparing the SEL trim level to this Limited, other than a few of the features. Like we do get that navigation system, the LED headlamps, LED tail lights, but for the most part, everything is pretty similar. I do like that we have the blind spot monitors here. Those are a big help. But in terms of how these drive, that's really not what you get them for. You get these because they're inexpensive, they're easy to drive, and they're easy to maintain. So I'm talking about just the fuel economy. I think you get 26 city, 33 highway EPA estimates here. You could probably do a little bit better just depending on how you drive, where you are in terms of elevation and things of that nature. But it's not bad to drive. It's not necessarily fun, but for what it is, it gets the job done, and that's why you get one of these anyway. The brakes feel right, the throttle response feels right for this to be a 1.6 liter non-turbo engine. And the IVT kind of serves two purposes in being fuel efficient and then also being a bit peppier, just because you don't have to worry about actual shift points that you might have from a standard transmission, whether that's a stick shift or an automatic. But we'll definitely put our foot to it getting on the interstate. So I'm gonna put it into the sport mode. And I'm not gonna floor it, but I'm gonna give it a bit just to see how it gets up to speed. I'm gonna put it back in the normal mode now, set the cruise. Now I do like how it sticks to the road. I don't feel like it's about to give out or anything. Even as I come around, not necessarily sharp corners, but sharper corners. So that's always good. And then the lane keeping system does a pretty good job at making sure I don't go out of the line. So as I veer over, it kind of vibrates the steering wheel, it nudges me back a little bit. But overall, again, for a commuter car, pretty impressive. But I want to give one more shout out to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this Venue today. I'm glad I'm able to compare the trim levels back to back, mostly to kind of see if they drive any differently, which they don't, but also just because I'm able to see the subtle differences in each trim. So you might think, all right, I don't want to necessarily pay another $1,000 for these few features. Or that might be something that makes you decide, hey, I want to go up a trim level because I want this and don't necessarily need something else. But decent transportation, I think. Probably more inexpensive to fix than other competitors, I guess, in terms of having a bigger engine or a different transmission. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Hyundai Venue Limited.